Welcome to the Kentucky Public Pensions Authority presentation on how to review and pay invoices in Employer Self-Service, presented by the Employer Reporting, Compliance, and Education Division. KPPA uses invoices to notify the employer of amounts due or refunds owed. The employer should reconcile the invoice in a timely manner using the online bank account set up in KPPA's network. If the invoice total is a credit for overpayment, then the employer can use that invoice to either offset a debit invoice of equal or greater value or apply the credit towards the balance of the monthly report. After processing the invoice in ESS, it is the employer's responsibility to collect or return the contributions to their employee through their payroll system. KPPA creates invoices for a variety of reasons, and an invoice may contain multiple members needing reconciliation. The employer should contact KPPA with questions on invoices. To review invoices, the employer representative must log into the Employer Self-Service. The homepage provides the first bit of information pertaining to the employer invoices on the account dashboard. This overview shows how many invoices are currently open and the average number of days they have been outstanding. Further details provide information about past due invoices, the balance on current invoices that have not yet come due, and the credit owed to the employer for overpayments and refunds. While this at-a-glance overview is available for all employer representatives with ESS login credentials, only those who have the ESS role of employer reporting or employer administrator may access the invoice module to process invoices. From this homepage, authorized users can click the Unpaid Invoices quick link to navigate to the invoice module. They can also get to the module through the Report tab on the navigation menu. Once in the module, either through the quick link or the navigation menu, the page displays the unpaid invoices from newest to oldest. The information provided is just an overview, and the employer representative should review each invoice in detail prior to processing. To open a specific invoice, click the blue hyperlink invoice number. The invoice will open in a separate window in PDF format. To find a specific invoice, filter the selection by how recently the invoices were generated, or on a certain date range for invoice generation, or by a specific invoice type. Then click the Show button. In addition to the unpaid invoices, the employer representative can retrieve paid invoices by marking the Show Paid Invoices indicator and clicking the Show button. When an employer is ready to pay an invoice, there are two ways to proceed. If the invoice is being processed outside of the monthly report period, open the Invoice module on the Report tab in ESS. Then, mark the indicator box next to the invoice to be paid. Click the Pay Invoice button at the bottom of the screen to be automatically navigated to the first of the two-step payment process. Step 1 requires the employer representative select the payment account by clicking the green Edit button. This will open a field in the amount column for the employer representative to enter the dollar amount for payment. To apply that amount towards the balance due, click the green Apply button. If there are multiple accounts listed and the payment should be split between them, complete the Edit and Apply process on each account separately. Once the balance remaining value is $0, the employer representative should click the Continue to Step 2 button to finalize the payment of the invoice. Step 2 is verification of payment by the employer. To verify, the representative must enter their 4-digit employer PIN code, then select the Submit button to complete the transaction. A confirmation screen will display, and the employer representative can print a copy of the confirmation for the records if they choose to do so. During the payment process, if the employer representative decides to defer payment submission for the invoices, there is a Cancel button available to them in both steps. Invoices can also be processed within the employer's monthly report. The invoice reconciliation occurs during the Submit Monthly Summary phase of the monthly reporting process. First, the monthly summary must be available in ready status. After opening the monthly summary, the invoices are located on the second tab following the payroll summary information. Unlike on the Invoice module, only unpaid invoices are displayed in the monthly summary tab, and there is no filter option. The invoice can still be opened for review by clicking the blue hyperlink invoice number. To include the invoice for reconciliation with the monthly report, click the Apply indicator next to the invoice number, then click the Save button. The invoices selected for processing will be added to the bottom of the Review and Remit tab and will affect the total amount due on the monthly report. To complete the invoice process with KPPA, the employer representative needs to complete the monthly report by submitting the summary and the payment. In May 2019, KPPA created a process to assist employers to resolve delinquent invoices. First, the ERCE representative contacts the employer regarding their outstanding invoices, and once that contact occurs, this timeline begins. In the initial contact, the ERCE representative will set up a schedule with the employer to assist them with clearing the invoice. If the employer does not follow the agreed-upon schedule, then the ERCE representative will contact the employer again after 30 days, followed by the ERCE manager after 60 days, and the ERCE director after 90 days. If the employer has not made a good faith effort to reconcile their delinquent invoices, then 120 days after the initial contact, the ERCE division will turn this employer over to the KPPA legal department to pursue legal action if necessary. Thank you for viewing the How to Review and Pay Invoices tutorial. If you have any questions, please contact your ERCE representative Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.